He's like a butterfly flapping his wings deep down into the forest, man. It's gonna cause a tree fall like 5,000 miles away, man. There ain't nobody seeing nobody. Man, see, like, you don't even know, man. It's like you're born into this world, man. And you got like that, man, the dust and wind, man. Or like the dang old candle, man. It don't matter, man. It's all the time.
Well, it's one of those things where it's like it has all of these issues that are just baked into this software. Like, for instance, I always get complaints where people are like, your audio is too low. And I'm like, yeah, I know. It's literally not a hardware issue. Like, I have a very expensive mic going into a nice preamp. And if I pull it into Audacity, it's the most perfect waveform in the world. Like, crisp, clear, succulent. And then I turn this program on. It's like, yeah, no, sorry, bud. Your volume's going to be low today for no reason.
Well, what are you going to do? Fire them? They're the only streaming service in town.
Well, the problem
They're
is
like a utility company.
I'm artificially bought into this ecosystem. It's entirely sunk cost fallacy, or not sunk cost, whatever. I don't know. You're a libertarian.
No, you're right. It's sunk cost fallacy. Like, I've spent so much time and resources for this, and I can't just stop now.
Yeah, 100%. But there's also a completely fake sense of profit, which is because I've been using them for so long, I've locked in my rate. So getting the same amount of horrible service, if I left and came back, would cost me more. So there's a part of my brain that's like, oh, well, you're getting a deal, right? You're getting a deal for something that doesn't work.
That's the sunk cost discount.
Yeah. Dude, this is maybe I'm outing myself as a new TLE fan, but for the first time, like a week ago, I listened to the Moose Mindset episode.
Oh yeah,
hilarious! It's some of your best work. It's been a slow downward slope since then, but like
I was gonna say, that was the apex of my career. That was 4 years ago. Oh, it's actually like 5 or 6 years ago when I think about it. Damn.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. I've been using the actual Patreon app more now that I, have put stuff on Patreon. It's sort of a confusing app, and it will just artificially suggest random posts from like the 2 Patreons I pay for, including TLE. So it'll just start playing like old podcasts. And the funniest, it's like archaeology, is finding out when Pete Quinones was an unironic ANCAP. I was so surprised to hear him basically like, yeah, just nothing matters until we can end the state. And I was like, oh, Pete, you weren't joking. You were an insufferable anarchist.
We would prefer if it remained an archaeological enigma.
Yeah, many such cases, right?
Oh my God. Like, I ran the gamut from like unironic ANCAP to undercover Libertarian Party activist, because I was active duty military, but like I still went to meetings and donated and like advised, and did what I could without getting brought up on UCMJ charges.
So which is gayer, being a libertarian or being in the Navy? Our top minds are asking.
Oh man, what do you mean by gay?
The amount of connotation, either literal or derogatory.
Well, there's literally no difference, like in the amount of trauma to your lower extremities.
I don't know if you saw it. I can't remember if it was Lee or someone else was making fun of Thomas Massey, because Thomas Massey has been big on the whole Epstein thing. Yeah. And it was, the meme of, Norm Macdonald doing the Week in Review. It's like, Thomas Massey, votes for all child sexual offenders to be deported. Unfortunately, he's now deported 100% of his voters. Like, out of all groups who are not beating the allegations, as the kids say, libertarians are right up there. Like, I used to, I shouldn't say this, but there was a brief period of time where I worked in kind of like very broad, like conservative interest media, or I'm sorry, Christian interest media, like no denomination, just like the broadest possible net.
Yep.
And dude, I swear at least one article a week about some gay Satanist libertarian from New Hampshire. And I literally got to the point where I would just like, if it was a slow day for news and I had like a certain number of articles I needed to hit, I'd just go to local New Hampshire papers and just search the word Satan and be like, all right, there's my story for the day.
Just a content gold mine.
Yeah, and it's all of them being the most embarrassing people in the world. Where they're like, well, if you can pray at a meeting, can I have gay sex on the lawn? And it's like, no, you can't. These are different things. Stop.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the other meme. Like, being a leftist is just pretending not to understand anything. Or
I
something
think that's
like
the
that.
best meme of the past year because it's
It
very
is.
true.
Yeah. Yep, universally applicable in every single thread.
Well, to me, what gets me is the like willful disregarding of normal morality that like trolley problem people adopt. Like you see this in the like smoking crater that is like the remains of like the rationalist sphere, you know, where they're like,
The new atheists.
yeah, where they'll like try to stump you on moral quandaries. And they'll be like, well, is it wrong if a guy finds a dead dog and brings it home and eats it and then has sex with it? And you're like, okay, yes. Like I don't have a solid moral syllogism, but like, yeah, it is. And I don't want to live in a society that thinks that's okay because quote, nobody's getting hurt.
We're
I feel
all
like
clumps of atoms, man. We're just atoms.
yeah, it's like, well, okay, I don't know if you're owning me here, right? Like you're like, yeah, I have no problem with this. It's like this is an indictment of you, not me. Like, sure, I don't have a solid like, I haven't thought enough about this issue to give you like a 3-point plan, but can we just put that in the solid category of problems we don't need to address? It's just like on its face, not okay.
No, the best response is, how about I just fucking kill you? Like, we're just clumps of atoms, man.
Yeah, the best argument against a nihilist is simply to kill him, right?
Yeah.
It's like, well, dude, I brought you on as a subject matter expert because as someone who lives in a newly founded communist republic, I just want to get kind of survival guide for a free man behind the wall, if you will. A guy behind enemy lines, because you're from Massachusetts, right? Which is sort of like OG libtard country.
Born and bred, Mayflower Society. I will never leave, no matter how bad it gets.
Yeah, it's and look, I've really enjoyed the fruits of being a purple state. So I want to start off with really basic questions. What do you do for fun? Like what is legal to do there?
Nothing to do with firearms.
Damn.
Nothing to do with no, if you're a female, nothing to do with sports.
If you're a man, a lot to do with sports.
Yeah. Yep. All phases.
Dude, I'm about to make the deepest run in freestyle wrestling. I'm gonna
they're not going to stand a chance.
Dude, I've been training for this my entire life. Previously under the cover of darkness with pantyhose over my head. But dude, my time is gone.
Depending on where you live, depending on how urban your environment is, going out and walking isn't an option. Driving with your doors unlocked, that's not fun. That's definitely not going to result in a fun time. And but we have a lot of beautiful parks, and let's see, what else do white people like to do that other groups don't? We have sailing. We have a lot of like
you can pay your
nautical
taxes.
stuff. Yeah, you could pay your taxes. You could attempt to. The good thing is though, in all seriousness, like it is what you make of it, and a lot of it has to do with your career. What career field you go into and what the conditions of that career field are generally.
So hypothetically, if your career field is a face tagging racist podcast,
then
me?
You will rake it in as long as you don't get caught.
I might be going to Libtard Gitmo, where they just like It's just like, I don't know, like waterboard me with Soylent and like, I don't know, dude.
You know, I came to a realization yesterday. I went to a groundbreaking ceremony, and the guest speakers were the lieutenant governor and a state senator, and then like the CEO of the company that commissioned the building, the president of the construction company. Like, but what I started to realize as the lieutenant governor, who I don't know if you've ever heard of Mara Healy, but she's like this butch lesbian, she's actually a very brilliant, like just Machiavellian. She has made firearms law so convoluted and so difficult for anybody in any legal profession to parse that, like, you know, I'm about to get my LTC, and I don't even know if I should get a gun. Like, will I get arrested just for buying one? I don't know. But like, they're that convoluted. But at this, at this groundbreaking ceremony, she sounded indistinguishable from like a boomer Reaganite Republican talking about the importance of economic growth, the utility of tax incentives and how they help communities, job growth and high skill manufacturing, how that's part and parcel of Massachusetts. And like, it dawned on me that, like, we could the difference between a white Democrat and other, I don't think that would happen if we elected like a Mamdani type. Like those backdoor deals, those clearing away of roadblocks just won't happen.
Well, I mean, so here's been my series of copes. The first of all, I've become a 1911 guy recently. That's my cope. I think others are going to be, surely this can't happen again. We'll get him next time, sport. Like, it's really not that bad. I think it's gonna be fun, actually. But I will say, in all seriousness, there's another dynamic, which is that blue state right wingers and red state right wingers are sort of in a different categories. Like the insane bloodlust of you and your people really can't be matched by like a Texas Chamber of Commerce Republican type.
Yeah,
Like,
we're waiting in the wings, like ready to strike at any time. Like, just Trump, give us the word.
Give us the pass.
Parody.
Yeah. In a purely whimsical context. Nothing said in this is at all serious, and everything is layered in multiple layers of irony.
But I'm salivating in a Walmart parking lot right now.
Salivating?
Sitting in my car and salivating.
It's like that. I can't remember which like progressive cartoonist has that drawing. It's been made into a meme with like the big white dude with the MAGA hat holding a gun that just says, "I'm waiting, President Trump." Like message received.
That's
Is
me.
that just Aaron? Yeah. Well, there's also another advantage, which is you've sort of realized that literally the Republicans are never coming to save you, so it's not worth getting upset about.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't know if you've seen in the group chat, and I'll put it out there, but
No, I haven't. I never checked that group chat.
I don't.
It exists for me to bully Brax.
Yeah,
that is why
I post in it and then I don't look at it.
Same. I just like go on a strafing run and be like, I'll check it in 14 hours.
My cousin is pretty high up in the Massachusetts GOP, and he is a gay autistic Republican.
Derogatory or literally?
No, literally, like diagnosed. Diagnosed
the doctor
gay.
Comes back in, diagnosed as gay. It only happens when you're 40, and it was like, that was way too easy. There's something going on here.
We have the best healthcare system in the country.
Yeah, that's
diagnosed gay very early.
It's like when you're selected as the Dalai Lama, where they just put out a bunch of toys, but it's like, oh, you grabbed the Barbies. It's like, sorry, kid, you were diagnosed.
Yeah, so like those are the type, like that's just the That's just the way the GOP runs in our state. It's, might as well just not exist. And like you really, if you're trying to do anything, you just have to know that 9 times out of 10, the team blue is going to play ball with you if you're trying to do anything in the way of like a business deal, trying to get like, you know, like I said, roadblocks cleared for permitting or whatever. They will play ball.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I really could care less about like the economy, public schools, how safe the streets are. And I'm really just more annoyed that uh, like my hobbies will be inconvenienced.
Mhm.
And it just doesn't like, I'll
But
be honest.
remember this, the goal is to amass enough wealth to insulate you from all of this.
What's just the goal of America, right? Like James Kirkpatrick, his whole line about like wealth in America is your ability to distance yourself from the consequences of the Civil Rights Act.
Yeah,
It's like, well,
exactly.
this has just made it more. It's made it more apparent,
And
And
at
I
least
like,
in Massachusetts, that's actually like not as difficult to do as in probably in Virginia, unless you're into the whole defense contracting thing.
well, we're not gonna. Uh, no comment. I'll put it that way. Well, yeah, I mean, the conversation around these elections has been kind of frustrating to me because in my mind, the Dinesh D'Souza types are trying to cast this as a repudiation of Trump, Vance in particular, which I think is really interesting how much this whole like anti-woke right, anti-Tucker thing seems to be aimed squarely at Vance. Uh, I was not nearly as bullish on Vance as I am now, largely because he seemed to me to just be, part of the machine writ large. But seeing who hates him makes me like him more.
Mhm.
I'll leave it at that. But
Yeah.
they're trying to cast this whole thing as like, oh, this goes to show you that the Nick Fuentes part of the Republican Party, which is now the slur being used to describe literally everyone other than Dinesh D'Souza types, the sort of
Mhm.
Mitt Romney style Republicans. Hey, he's one of your guys, I guess. But
True. Progenitor of Obamacare.
oh, wow, thanks, Obama and Mitt Romney. But to me, that seems to be complete and total cope. Look,
Mhm.
like the result of these elections were easily apparent to anyone paying attention, right? Like Mike Citronelli is going to flip New Jersey red. Like, no, of course
Yeah.
not. Like, look, like regardless of your opinion on it, Trump is doing things that are unpopular with a large number of people, right?
Yes.
Turning off SNAP benefits, threatening government jobs, especially in a state like Virginia, which is highly dependent on them. It's like this would be a tough election, even if you had the best candidate in the world. We did
Mhm.
not.
No.
Like even the whole thing about Mamdani is kind of a cope where it's like you really think like in New York City a independent is going to win? Like,
Yeah. A
I'm
split
sorry.
ticket, like a split independent Republican ticket versus Mamdani, that was always going to result in
Yeah, like
Mamdani winning.
literally, I could just describe to you the broad strokes of these elections 2 years ago, and
And
you could have told me the results.
the America First position on Mamdani, how to win that election, has always been just denaturalize and deport him. And then the problem solved. But that's a little too
100%.
mean and icky. And, it's a blue state. We don't want to show our hand too much for the sake of a blue state. Well, guess what? Like, fine. Then uproot your entire life from your multi-generational homes and move to Florida. Like, sure. If that's like what you'd rather do than like be mean, then what are you gonna do? What do you do with that?
Yeah, well, exactly. It's like, do you want to play politics or not? Like
Yeah,
how bad do you want it?
it
Because I mean,
really
basically,
it's
yeah, finish that
cracked
thought.
my accelerationist leaning because like the whole thing with accelerationism is like, okay, we just need to make things as bad as possible, and that'll wake people up and get them to act, get them to react. And but that doesn't account for entire swaths of the population that just have it in their head that if things get to a certain point, I'll just abandon everything. Like I'll just move. Like, what do you do with that? That completely negates any accelerationist tactics or strategy that you have.
Well, I mean, it's funny. Speaking of accelerationists, I think it's very, very funny that Nick Land of all people is starting to get very scared. Where he's like, "Hey guys, no, please stop it. We don't need to do this. We don't need to accelerate into the void." And at the point where you have Nick Land saying, speaking to like the American left and being like, "Hey guys, maybe calm this down, please." Like, I just think that's an interesting sign of the times, right?
Yeah. Well, his whole thing is like we need to industrialize faster
Mm.
and like have, you know, just hit after hit of revolutionary technology to the point where we just kind of, you know, uh, about like the dark enlightenment and
Mhm.
techno accelerationism and all that. But and Mamdani is actually a deceleratory force where he's going to deindustrialize and decapitalize everything.
Do you remember? And by the way, my hatred for conservatives has really never been at a higher pitch than it is currently. Uh, do you remember the brief freak out? This is part of the earlier, like one of the earlier chapters of the woke right freak out over Nick Land, where it's like we all have to pretend to be deeply disturbed by Nick Land.
Yeah.
I
And then
just wanna-
has a screenshot of his book that's in like hieroglyphics. I can't believe he would say something like this.
Yeah, I just find it incredibly funny. Like to be like, look, like, yeah, sure. Like, there's some conclusions from Land's work that I do not support. I imagine we're kind of in the same boat there. But like, the idea that he's this sort of like dark lord figure, like puppeteering the online right, is like, yeah, sure, it's an influential book, man, but like, you're a little bit out of date. And like, I find the simultaneous moral posturing of conservatives about a guy like Mamdani, like, oh, New York has fallen to jihad. And it's like, okay, well, let's take that at face value. One, it's dumb. Two, okay, so clearly, if you believe that New York has fallen to Al Qaeda, this is a big problem. Well, given that premise, what's your first priority? It's like, well, we need to get rid of Nick Land. And yeah, I think really anyone who has talked to Nick Fuentes, Tucker Carlson in particular. I think that's the logical next step.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, obviously you don't mean this, right? Obviously you don't actually care.
Well, they showed their hand when the idea of denaturalizing and deporting him came up, and that's then we got called anti-Semitic and racist and like whatever else Lindsey Graham would like to call us. And that gave away the game right there, that they are not serious, that they actually don't think this is a threat, because if they did, that's the cheapest and quickest way to address that threat.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. It's like, okay, either this is an existential threat, in which case, like, there's a lot on the table for an existential.
And we're trying to tell them that we are in an existential struggle. Like they refuse to believe it, no matter what happens, even as they're packing up their homes and moving, like fleeing, like they will still never believe that this is an existential struggle.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and to me, I think it's interesting always to see where they decide to actually use their resources. I just recorded with Isker, right? Who knows when that'll come out before or after this. But that's one of the things we were talking about, where it's like, okay, if the answer to, all the problems affecting kind of us and ours was simply like, we live in a crumbling kind of sclerotic bureaucracy, right? Like the Soviet system, where it's just nothing gets done. So sorry, we just can't make anything happen. You'd be like, okay, well, that sucks. But like, there's like some argument to it. But when it's like, oh, okay, when it's something that affects you, we can move mountains, right? Like wonders could be had. And so like, to me, all of the crowing, specifically from the kind of like, Zio conservatives about Charlie Kirk, how the left wants to kill you, about Jay Jones in my state. It's like, okay, well, if you believe that, you believe that these people actually want to kill you. All right, then. Well, clearly you don't. But when it comes to, the comments about Tucker, the stuff at Heritage, which was doubly embarrassing, both that it happened
Oh
in the
my
first
God.
place and then that they completely backtracked and recanted. It's like, okay, well, you're not serious. You're not serious about what you say. You have another priority, a divided loyalty, one might even say. And it's like, okay, well, fair enough.
Jay, I'm inviting you to Shabbat dinner at the Crack House, and you don't have to say yes, but you
Well,
will.
what's on the menu? Just crack?
Yeah, latkes,
Yeah, it's crack.
knishes, crack.
Well, complete sidebar. As much fun as the crumbling of a civilization is, there've been standout moments, and I think perhaps the best moment in American politics, in legitimately, I would say since 2006, when our dearly departed Dick Cheney totally accidentally shot that guy while pheasant hunting, was Hunter Biden telling us all how to make crack, teaching the children of America
Oh my
exactly
God.
how to.
Golden age. That was the golden age of TLE.
It's good for the show, one might even say.
Oh man, yeah, I will miss him a little bit. Not gonna
So
lie.
Aaron, I feel like what I've decided to do as the unofficial, completely unofficial fifth co-host of TLE, self-described, is I've just decided to start doing deconstructed TLE, or maybe like
All right,
once a
you might give us some content for our new venture.
once a week or once a month rather, or I'll just record in sequence episodes with every member of TLE. But that's fine.
Uh,
Just to take it over. I've got some others to sabotage the brand. We'll tease them later. I think it's interesting. It does seem as if the news is back, right? It kind of died for a little bit there. But to me, and maybe I'm wrong, but it seems like the news was reborn when my hope in MAGA died. Like that was the trade-off that needed to happen.
yeah, like through all our twists and turns and deaths and rebirths, I can't, like, from my perspective, it just seems like Bird being a puppet master and just one day deciding that the news is dead arbitrarily. Like he, he hits the pipe and is like, the news is dead. And then a couple episodes later, we'll launch right into the news.
Oh, see, I legitimately feel as if the news got boring after the last election for quite a while, and it took some time to reset.
Yeah.
Like during the
That's just
Doge
how
cycle-
powerful Bird is.
Doge cycle, boring. Like, hey, we're getting rid of this thing. In parentheses, no, they are not.
No,
Or
they're
like,
not.
hey, this crazy thing just happened, and a judge with like a Star Wars name from a county you've never heard of in New Jersey said no, so it's not happening.
Yeah.
And it was just this like eternal limbo of the craziest thing ever is both happening and not happening at the same time.
How many times has Trump crossed the Rubicon now?
Dude, I don't know, but I look like there are some really exciting signs of late empire stuff, right? Like we have potential bread riots. A rich guy is paying for the military. That's kind of cool. But actually, and guess what? We got gladiatorial combat on the White House lawn for the the big anniversary. So, what other Roman features do you think we should bring in to kind of keep things interesting?
I've always been interested in how vomitoriums work.
Well, see, I guess you're right. But honestly, I think it's a good time for eating disorders to come back. It's been a while since the high water mark of bulimia. Now it's like, oh, instead of cutting themselves or making themselves throw up, women just become men. Like that's very old hat.
Yeah.
Go back to making yourself throw up. It's limbal, one might even say.
I know. During this episode right now, I just binge ate some hamburger helper, and like, for the love of the game, I should just purge it live on air.
Well, I'll also put it this way: as someone who gave and then ungave themselves an eating disorder, not that hard. Like you can 100% train yourself out of that. point is, I don't know what everyone's complaining about. I think Kate Moss
Did
said
you
it
used to be like
correctly.
morbidly obese, or was it the opposite?
I was pretty big, and I lost like 70 pounds in 3 months, just
Wow.
by not eating. Would not recommend it, but it turns out
No.
if you tactically give yourself bulimia for 3 months, you can lose a shit ton of weight, and
Oh
then
yeah.
just wake up one day and be like, "Yeah, I'm done with this," and go back to
So
being normal.
my last couple months in the ship, I was getting ready to transfer off and go to instructor duty. And the Navy at the time was cracking down on fat instructors. And I was the biggest I had been in my life at that time, and like not from muscle. So I was like sweating, going in doing weigh-ins, having to get taped. Um, and what I did was I just quit sugar and just ate like chicken and rice for a good, I don't know, 3 months. And by the time I got to my new command and started teaching classes, I was like a pale skeletal. Like I hadn't weighed that much since like fifth grade, and like everyone thought I was like sickly or like had AIDS or something. And
Well, I mean, given the Navy,
it worked.
understandable.
Yeah. Everyone's like,
assumption.
got him too. Damn.
He's a sailor and a libertarian.
Yeah.
We've seen the signs all along.
Yeah, he just got divorced, so his wife must have found out.
Yeah, well, it turns out you were on the Magic Johnson strain, and you were able to bring it back.
Yeah. Thank God for the VA. Said no one ever.
Yeah, I was about to say I used to have to work in a VA hospital, and you could probably tell, Aaron, I have just a callous disregard for human life,
Mhm.
really in all forms other than my own. Uh, Going to a VA hospital was disturbing. Like I did not like it. I felt like I was watching people be just abused. Like I was just in a charnel house.
Experimented on.
Yeah, of like incredibly diabetic boomers.
Yeah.
And,
What happens if the chair is just slightly off balance and we make him sit in it for 3 hours?
Oh, sorry, we chopped off the wrong leg. We're gonna need to bring you back. No, this will not affect your rating, by the way.
Before you react to that news, let me put these monitors on you. We need to test something.
The it is like a hospital system run by the DMV. Like that
Yeah.
it is basically just DMV ladies. And I used to have to go in, and it was like I was going there to do something that they wanted me to do. They were like, "Hey, we need you to do this service for us." I was like, "Okay, that's a little bit extreme. Seems like you can do this yourself. Happy to help." And then I would go there to do the incredibly inconvenient thing they asked me to do, and they'd be like, "Yeah, we know we told you 3, but it won't be done till 4. So you can do the thing at 4." I'd be like, "Okay, I guess I'll just wait here till 4." And then I'd show up at 4 and they'd be like, "Yeah, you're rushing us, but it's almost quitting time, bud. So what you doing tomorrow? Come back." Just be losing my mind.
Yeah. And you're
Well,
on a
someone's
fixed price
grandpa.
contract, I
Yeah,
imagine.
100%. Well, someone's
Yeah.
grandpa's like coughing up a
Nice.
lung next to me. I'm like, "Well, I mean, at least help him. I don't know." And
Well,
it's actually
I mean, 90% of the people, like the staff and the patients, welfare queens. Like that is the cross section of society you're going to
100%.
get. Like from dapper looking welfare queens to crackhead looking welfare queens, all of them. And they're
And
all
when
in
you
touch.
think about it, their clientele, disabled veterans, kind of welfare queens too.
Yes, like now that pretty much all the Vietnam War vets have died off, like that's the last group I have really any sympathy for. Like my fellow GWOT vets, like if you're getting 100% disability, like fuck you. Oh, you get
I mean,
PTSD?
there were a lot of great naval battles against the Taliban.
Uh,
Look, all I'm saying is they're also not a lot of fun. Like I was, it was, Chinese New Year. I brought in my firecrackers and everyone got real upset at me.
yeah, it's just maybe 0.001% of people in combat actually have crippling mental health issues that don't allow them to function in society. Maybe.
Yeah,
The
we'll
rest
see. I mean,
the rest
as
are
with
getting
my
free
comments about
healthcare for the rest of their life.
as with my comments about bulimia or anything else, my opinion on this matter entirely depends on its relationship to me. Like when I was suckling off the system, great, need to expand it. Now that I'm
Yes.
paying for it, huge problem. Get
Yes.
rid of it.
No,
Morally
exact same thing
unconscionable.
here. Like I only got a 3% raise. Like when Obama was shifting to Trump, it's like, oh, I only got a 3% raise this year. Fuck that guy. And then now I'm like, I hope they only get like a 2% raise this year because goddamn,
They should be paying me for the
Yeah.
honor.
yeah.
And you get free Denny's for life. Completely unfair.
Oh my god. Yeah,
That's
one of
actually
my. Oh, go ahead.
you can just buy those veteran hats off eBay and get free.
Oh yeah.
Here at the Jay Burden Show, you know how people are always saying like, yeah, just game the system, get whatever welfare you can. It's like, yeah, anyone can say that, but it takes a real brave man.
It's not stolen valor if you don't get caught.
100%, man. It's here at the Jay Burden Show. We endorse stolen valor, but only if you, one, get something free out of it, or two, it's funny.
At the Jay Burden Show, we hate the vets. We're going to war on veterans.
I had a Korean War veteran hat I'd wear in high school when I was like 15. I thought it was funny. It's like people would look at me like, "Is that real?" And I'm like, "What do you think? What do you think?" Like, no, it's not. Like, are you trying to shame me?
Do you know how many red Chinese teeth I have in my necklace?
Oh no, but I did not serve. But these ears are real.
Yeah. You're right. You caught me. Stolen valor. These are actually just regular American ears.
I got these for homeless people. I'm civic minded. I go around.
The YouTube videos of people going around and like catching people like wearing fake uniforms.
Well, it's like, in all seriousness, it's like it's the second time I'll reference him, but it's like that Norm Macdonald quote of like, I hope everyone involved in this story dies. Where it's like, I obviously doing that is just scummy, but also the person who's like autistically looking like all of
made
these
an
metal
entire
stuff,
identity out of it. Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing? Like, obviously, this term Karen has been massively expanded to just expecting society to work and some modicum of decorum. Like, that's a Karen. But also, like, do you just going around, like, looking up people? Like, what are you doing? Like, we used to ship people like you to India to, like, count bags of rice. That is what you ought to be doing.
I wonder what stolen valor for a TLE listener would be.
I'll tell you what it is. It's what I do, pretending to listen to the show.
Yeah, well,
just like, oh, you heard that one? Yep, 100%. It was great.
Yeah. Oh, you said you bit the Sam's Club girl? What do you mean the Sam's Club girl? No. Do you mean the Costco? Oh yeah, the Costco girl. Oh, is that heroin you're smoking? Yeah, well, I thought we always smoked crack.
Yeah, the point of being a TLE listener is not to actually listen to the show or derive anything from it, but it's just to repeat a series of esoteric phrases that a small collection of schizophrenics understand. It's like,
buddy, that's not just limited to listeners.
Yeah, that's just the point of the internet.
Yeah, no, that encompasses some hosts too.
Well, it's like we killed culture, right? People have nothing in common anymore, no common values, common touch points. It's like, well, we have turned our nation into a group of schizophrenics mindlessly repeating memes that only other schizophrenics from their micro subculture understand.
Every once in a while, Bird will like DM me and be like, "Hey, man, you missed a real funny episode the other day." I'm like, yeah, no, I'll listen to it. I'll just have to catch up. It's in my rotation.
Well, as the co-host of the Pete Quinones show, you obviously have a lot of responsibilities to juggle.
I do. Yeah. Yep. Co-host of the Pete Quinones show, father, facilities manager. I wear a lot of
in
hats.
order of importance.
Well, we if Austrian economics has taught me anything, is that we assign ordinal values to what's important to us in the moment. Co-host of the Pete Quinones show, number 1. That crying
I feel
baby
like-
you hear in the background, distant number 2.
Well, look, like you've got to establish boundaries, as a parent. And I think your kid needs to respect those boundaries more. It's like, sorry, kid, it's podcasting time. So maybe just shake that baby a little extra to get it to go to sleep and get back behind the mic.
You know what's funny is like this is my first
Shaking a baby.
Well, besides that, that's pretty funny. But like, of all the people that deserve to have just a fucking brat, like just a nonstop crying, health problems, in and out of the pediatrician's office every day, like I'm that guy. That's what I expected God to curse me with. But this baby has been, and again, I preface this, so far so good. Just amazing. Like 6-7 hours sleeping through the night. Like doesn't cry unless there's something actually wrong. Happy to see people. Like it's like if all the horror stories that you're told your entire life, like that has not been applied to me so far. Again, I preface that this could change tomorrow. She could hit a growth spurt and become a monster, but 2 months in, so far so good.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. I don't know if I just really believe in karma, but I feel like I deserve a bad one. Like as a Catholic, right? You'll understand this level of guilt. I don't deserve anything good, but
Yeah.
you deserve to live in Massachusetts. Like that's its own punishment.
Yeah, yeah. Navigating that's going to be fun.
Okay. I'll ask you here. What are the top 5 worst US states, and why are at least 2 of them Massachusetts?
Well, I mean, again, growing up here, you're like a fish that doesn't understand that you're surrounded by water. So like when you have a gay pride parade, it's kind of like when like sports ball NFL fans see like the end racism thing in the end zone. It just doesn't register in their brains. And that's what being a normal person in Massachusetts is like. The 70 some odd homeless people that live on that
So you're just
like the heroin
game
addict.
posting about gay pride flags. It's like you were born in the darkness.
Yeah. Yeah, you just don't notice it. Like it's just a common occurrence. It's like looking at I don't know, the trees in your backyard. Like yeah, it's there, but like until you run into it, they're just doing their thing and leave them alone.
Yeah, I mean, you sort of feel, as a person who lives in a civilization that's crumbling, right? It's almost like, I wish I was born after it, so I didn't even catch a glimpse of the before time.
Yeah.
And I think it's definitely better to be born into the libtard Reich than be assimilated by it. Maybe this is how boomers feel about like living in a country that actually worked, where you could be assured that like if you got an airplane ticket, you would actually be going on an airplane ride, instead of just getting an email that says, sorry, bucko, the government says no flights. maybe specific, something I have an axe to grind with United over. But it's like there's a part of it where it's like, you know what? Maybe it would be better to just be like an illiterate caveman kind of stumbling around the ruins of civilization
than being a semi-sentient normal white dude living in a state like Massachusetts.
Semi-sentient is the operative word.
Like I feel like there's something wrong here. I just can't put my finger on it.
Yeah, you're like, I haven't had a thought in 4 hours, but I have now, and it's been something ain't right.
Well, it's like we were spoiled with like an idyllic New England suburban existence. growing up, and knowing that like none of any of that experience is going to be possible, when my kid turns, 13, 14, starts like what would be the time to like go out and visit friends and go out and like, start doing things that normal kids like us used to do. I don't think that's going to be a thing, especially in Massachusetts, regardless of what happens, nationally.
Yeah, I mean, I think that is maybe an interesting thing, and I'm not sure when that hope is going to break. Maybe it already has. The idea that the gradual onward and upward quality of life for the average American is just inevitable. I feel like there was a period of time sort of after like '08 to Trump where it was like, well, even if we're not richer, at least we have technology, right? That makes things better. Now
Yeah.
it's like, oh no, even the technology, it's not only not getting better, like we pretty much just plateaued, but it's like, no, AI is exists to make you insane.
Boy, I
And
really hope this takes off because it's 99.9% of our growth, our projected growth.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Although maybe who knows if they get the whole like femgooner marketplace down. It's just AI boyfriends. It's like, all right, maybe this will work.
Oh,
That
God.
will be the economy.
And like, it's not to say that, I expect my kid to have a similar experience growing up. That's never the case. It's just what is it going to look like? What am I going to have to do to like arrange kind of this Benedict option, um, parallel socialization to make sure that she has like a semi-normal upbringing, and still gets to have like fun and experience and still like learn and thrive. It's just going to look a lot different than when we did it, and it's probably going to be a lot more expensive.
Yeah, I was about to say, Aaron, have you considered the strategy of becoming fabulously wealthy?
Yeah, yep. That's James
And
the James Kirkpatrick strategy.
yeah, yeah. I mean, look, man, I don't know how that's working out for any of us at this point.
I mean, that's
Quite literally, thanks, Obama.
that's one redeeming quality of this state is that our median income is pretty high. Our standard of living is, I guess, comparatively higher than a lot of other states. I say comparatively because it's like not great. Like I live in a 3-bedroom ranch, and I plan on being here for the entire 30-year mortgage because I don't see how I'm ever going to upgrade.
I had this sort of maybe this is the true becoming an adult moment, but I was looking at my mortgage. It's like, wait, 2055. Still be paying this then? I'll be like, I'll be old. I just sold myself into debt slavery.
You just need to win the lottery, man.
Well, no, actually, this is speaking of my complete lack of principles of any type. This has completely changed my opinions about inflation. Where now that I have a fixed mortgage payment,
Oh my God,
send
yes.
it through the roof.
Yes.
Give me another 30%. I don't care. Like all of a sudden, I look at the boomers and I'm like, maybe I've treated you too harshly. As a homeowner, as a land chat, I'm like, yeah, you know what? All these people complaining, they just didn't lift themselves up by their bootstraps hard enough.
I don't want to piss your listeners off, but I locked in at 2.5%. So I will be here for the rest of my life because there is no way I'm ever getting another mortgage at anywhere close to that.
Well, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why I'm locked in. My mortgage rate isn't good, but I will never have a job, a normal job where I can get a mortgage. Like the amount of high definition 4K video of me saying things in my HI department in the future. Like, look, dude, whatever employment I had to secure that rate, like that's the best I've.
Well, TLE can have 2 homeless co-hosts.
Who's the other one?
That's me.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. Like I said, I don't listen to the show, so I have no idea.
Yeah, the bit is that I'm a crackhead that lives under a highway bridge, but
see, that's what
like
we should.
under an overpass.
That's what TLEU should be. Is just explaining the bits in
That's
such a way to pull all of the whimsy out of them.
That is exactly what at least one of the components of that is going to be. The intent of TLEU is to teach you, but also to weave in these narrative devices throughout TLE history.
Yeah,
And
see, I feel
really
like like TLU has some promise to it. I feel like I believe that you were suggesting a course on consent, which given your background makes a lot of sense.
Mhm.
And that's like fine and all. But have you considered like, more kind of menacing ones, like how to collect ears from most people in the park?
Well, menace and whimsy are inextricably linked. And if they're
Mm.
not, I'm going to link them.
Regardless of what anyone else says.
I'm going to link menace and whimsy, and that'll be the consent lesson. I'm really looking forward to that.
The whimsy defense, Your Honor. Clearly, I was joking. I typed LOL after sending a,
Yeah,
a
car-
picture of my.
The Carcampit theory of consent is, or you're free not to, and my theory is, you're going. Yeah, you don't have to do this, but you will. We're gonna do a dialectic a dialectic examination of the two and see if we can synthesize them into something.
Dude, don't say that. You'll trigger one Jimbo Lindsay, who's warning us about the dangers of dialectic. It'll make you woke right. He was a masseuse for a while.
I'm not surprised.
He was not only a masseuse, but there's a great local news article because he's also big into like kind of like BS Chinese martial arts. And there's an article called "The Hands That Hurt, the Hands That Heal," Jim Lindsay.
I was a big fan of
thing in the world.
I was a Jeet Kune Do aficionado in my early teens. I had a Bruce Lee phase.
Huh. Well, tell me more about that. That's exactly, Aaron, how you know. By the way, if I ever have like literally no idea where to go, no yes and it's just like tell me more about that. How was that for you?
It all started in China. I don't know. I think it was just a thing before UFC became kind of ubiquitous. The what?
No, I just said Aaron in a Chinese accent. It does not need to be repeated.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. It was like combat sports were starting to get popular, or at least more ubiquitous, and I was like, I wonder if there's something that nobody else knows, but I can know. And it was like, oh, what did Bruce Lee do? He was pretty badass. And I ended up getting his book, The Tao of Jeet Kune Do, and just reading it, and then like sparring with like my buddies and like beating the shit out of each other.
I mean, honestly, that seems like a Massachusetts type activity.
Yeah. A lot of like backyard wrestling and shit like that was super popular back in the day.
Yeah, you ever actually you'd be a big fan of this. You ever watch Street Beefs before?
I don't think so.
Dude, Street Beefs is like, it's like grown up bum fights where it's like there's a nominal amount of organization where it's like they get like a dog kennel and they stick it in a field out in like Maryland somewhere. And then they just get like all varieties of like ne'er-do-wells. Like you'll see like guys with like white power face tattoos, meth people, then like some pretty built brothers, and they just let them go at it. And it is like full on world star hip hop. They all have code words. Like they all have different like fighting names, which are their own variety of comedy. And what's especially funny is the hosts for this. Like it seems like a large part of them are either like Arabs of some variety. And then they have like a couple like a couple like heavily tatted white guys who also officiate. The rules incomprehensible. The quality of fighting wildly variable. The venues wildly variable. Like sometimes it's just a guy's backyard.
Is this
Sometimes
a YouTube channel?
Oh yeah, it's great, dude. It's been going for like 5 years. It is some of the best morally dubious entertainment I've ever seen in my life. Highly recommend it.
Yeah. Yeah, I will check that out. That tickles my fancy. That sounds whimsical.
Well, it is, and there's there's a bunch of like all-time classics. Like they're kind of leaning into the meme now. It's a little bit less fun than it used to be. But one of the best ones. Let me see if I can find exactly the name of it. There were I think a couple guys who've gone pro that started on Street Beefs. I can't find the exact name. Oh, they have trans fights every once in a while. The trans fighter, I kid you not, this is foul. The trans fighter's name is Gash. Which is just disgusting.
It's so obvious.
It is. It's just like, what are you doing? But there's this one, and I can't find it. Oh, yeah. The fight is called Street Beefs Ghost versus Mr. Hyde. And so it's this like big black dude with like cornrows versus you know in Indiana Jones when they shove the like Nazi dude in the propeller
Oh yeah.
versus that guy.
Wow.
And if you know a little bit about tattoos, or if you can read, you'll look at this other guy and you'll be like, wait a minute. I've read that symbol on the ADL before. This gentleman seems like he might be associated with some prison gangs. And so it's two big jacked guys, so they're boxing, and there's not a lot going on. And then there's like a brief break where there's like a humorous foul. And so they both kind of laugh. And then the big white guy, literally like a cartoon, puts his hand in front of his smiling face, wipes it down. So he's now scowling behind his hand, and then immediately lays the guy out. It is like something out of a movie. And this is what makes Street Beef hilarious, is that it is just like you were watching like just the wildest, no holds barred fighting with just Walmart people. And it is actually, speaking of late Roman Empire stuff, we need more of this.
Yes.
The economically disadvantaged harming themselves for my amusement.
Well, maybe TLE after TLEU, we can get into like make our own territory.
Oh yeah, the Carcadia 2, one might even say.
Yeah, like TLE or like Carcadian Wrestling Association, the CWA. And like Car can turn into like a Dusty Rhodes type figure.
Yeah.
Start booking matches between other podcasters.
but it's your opponents are under the assumption that it is professional wrestling, and you just gang up on them and just beat them in front of a camera.
Yeah, I mean we talked about having like a developmental circuit for podcasters where like they're their own thing and they only have like maybe 10 views at a time, and then like we just pit them against each other and see who comes out on top.
Yeah, see, it would be logical to make that on some sort of podcasting scale, but it's actually just a raw contest of physical strength. You just like go into the crack house basement and get pushed into a pit, and it's like one man enters or two men enter, one man leaves. Come back with 2 ears. They can be yours, they can be theirs, but bring us ears.
You have 3 18-foot ladders, a pile of chairs, and some folding tables. Start recording now.
This is a great idea. This is the sort of brainstorming session that you just can't get on a real serious news podcast. Yeah, well, I think we've really covered our central idea, or our central concept here, which is how to survive in a blue state. The answer is nothing is fun anymore. Give up all hope, and beat up strangers in your backyard. I'd say that's the 3 steps. So if you are like me,
I guess it's like any other state. Get in a career field that's male dominated and hyper competitive, and you will be mostly insulated from everything. Especially if your career is your entire identity.
Well, as a racist podcaster, I think I'm locked in. There's dozens of us. We're all male.
Guess how many women follow me? 0.
Same, dude. But actually, I'll literally pull up my demos right now. These are actually really funny. I look at my stats only for comedic purposes. So all right, let's go down by geographic. This is funny. Okay, so it makes sense, right? You've got United States, Canada. What do you think the first like by listeners, non-English speaking country on this list is?
I'm gonna say Brazil.
No, I wish it's Sweden, which is weird.
Wow.
But there's some really funny ones. Like for instance, I have significantly more more Turkish listeners than you'd realize. Like a lot of Turkish listeners, which I find very funny.
Oh man.
A large number of also. I have more Peruvians than Indians, which I find kind of funny. But the really funny ones are like once we get down to the very few, like the 1 and 2 listeners. Like I have one Iraqi listener, literally only one.
That's gonna be an American expat.
An Iraqi American expat? I like to
Yeah,
imagine
you
it's
know.
just some guy under a bunker. You know, it's
Yeah.
the
At a
like
black site.
yeah, it's just the US jets are dropping bunker busters on something, right? And he's just sitting down there just like listening to us talk about like blue state politics. He's like, wow, couldn't be me.
A really dedicated Baathist.
yeah, exactly. One day.
Ugh.
The other this is actually kind of funny because I made the mistake once of mentioning the fact that there are 2 Nigerian listeners, but I literally I only see a number. I can only see just a raw number. It's not like I can look at that guy or look anything up about it.
Yeah.
But I made mention that once for weeks afterwards. One of those 2 guys was sending me emails and comments like, I've got to find the other guy. How do I meet him?
Please help me.
Like, what do you, I don't know. What do you think I could do here? I'm not like the Minority Report, literally, right? Like I can't like look through the future to find
Well,
one
you
of
could put it out
2.
right now. If you are a Nigerian listening to this podcast,
Oh yeah. We'll find it out.
shoot
Well,
Jay
here's what we'll do.
a DM. They'll hook
No,
you
don't
up.
do that. He's already DM'd me. I couldn't help him.
No, for the other guy.
Yeah. Well, here's what we'll do. So what we'll say is the first annual Nigerian Jay Burden Show listener will be held on, let's just say November 15th at Oluma Rock, apparently the most notable landmark in Nigeria, at let's just say for a lunch at 11:30 on the 15th. So if you're looking to meet the other Nigerian, you know where and when to meet your friend. If it doesn't work, I'm sorry. There will be a follow-up meeting for a mandatory Shabbat dinner at the Synagogue Church of All Nations immediately afterwards. It is required.